Okay, so next to me is a giant stack of computers. So tall it almost hit my ceiling, but it doesn't. I wasn't able to get an accurate weight on this. We're sitting at 129 pounds of computers. Why do I have these computers, and what is the purpose of weighing them here? Well, I found all these in a dumpster. So what I want to know is, can I make more money by taking them apart? So I'm going to do that. I'm going to take them apart, find out how much money I can make out of them. I've been making a lot of videos here recently, trying to recover more valuable things out of scrap metal, figuring up if you can actually make money by taking things apart. I don't care how long it takes me. You're not going to see an hourly rate at the end of this video, but at the end of the video I will break down all the pricing, and if we gained or lost any money. A disclaimer, I did actually recently get into electronic waste. I actually was on my way to send out a box of motherboards and CPUs and RAM and hard drives. I was actually going to send that out when I happened to glance over. Something caught my eye in a dumpster, and as much stuff as I got rid of is how much stuff I picked up. So it's time to break all this stuff down and see what we can make out of it. I'm going to be using boardsort.com to give us our pricing, because they're the best prices I could find. Another disclaimer, you will have to pay for shipping if you use them. So you need to either build up a lot of material, or you're going to have to drive there yourself in order to make any money from that. A lot of the local scrap yards will buy these as shred. They don't care what's inside of them. Some yards started doing e-waste, so they have better prices than shred, but they're not the greatest prices out there. These are also not the greatest computers out there. There's maybe only 2 computers I see in this stack that are somewhat decent looking. These 2 in the middle. This one actually says Windows 98 on it. So this computer is 26 years old or more. Wow, I'm getting old. I actually used to use a computer similar to this when I was very young. Wow. It's crazy how time gets away from you. So a lot of these computers are also missing some parts, I noticed. So we may not get the greatest payout with this stack right here. But it's an average stack. I got it for nothing. So let's find out how much is in it. Alright, so I just weighed up all the steel. All these things are taken apart now, so we're at 78.5 pounds of steel. Again, I don't know how long that took me. Maybe about an hour or so. I don't really know. I'm not the fastest computer taker aparter. But I'm also not the slowest either. I mean, I have taken a few of these apart before. I'm just not, I'm not fast at this stuff. So I'm going to get all these things off our scale. I'll write that down, 78.5. Alright. Now I'm gonna start weighing up everything that I know what it is. Once I get these things off here. Alright, you definitely have to clean up after doing computers. I guess I can get rid of this scale and move on to our smaller scale here. Alright, so here's our small scale. I'm going to get it turned on. And yeah, I'm going to start weighing things up if I know what they are and how much I can get for them. There's certain things I have to look at the website again to know how much I can make off of them. So I'll start with hard drives since they're here. Again, not every computer had a hard drive in it. I think we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 hard drives. There was at least 2 that did not have hard drives. I'll zoom you in here so you can see the price with me. So that's 5.66 pounds. And then these go for 65 cents a pound. So $3.68 for that stack of hard drives. I'm going to write this stuff down. I'll probably edit out the time it takes me to do all this on the camera. But I am writing all this stuff down, and we'll look at the math when I'm done here. Alright, so now I can get rid of them hard drives. Now we'll do power supplies, which there's only 3 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 8.69 pounds. And then these go for 35 cents a pound. These don't have the wires in them. I already cut the wires off. So this would get us $3.04. And now I'll clear them off. I got some gold RAM here. This goes for $27 a pound. But I don't even have a quarter pound, 0.23 pounds. Most of the computers did not have this. So let's type in the price. 2700. So just those sticks alone would get us $6.21. Alright, I'll get rid of them. Now we'll pick up the finger cards. These do not have brackets because I took the brackets off. I took off all the aluminum heat sinks and whatnot. So we have 0.46 pounds. These go for $5.50 a pound to give us $2.53. Alright, now I'll do the copper bearing stuff, which is just copper motors. Some of you guys. These are not very high grade, but they are worth something. So that would get us 2 dimes. And I'll get rid of them. Thought I had a bin for these. I might have got rid of it. Alright, now we'll weigh up the aluminum heat sinks, I guess. These are all the clean ones. There's a dirty one. I'll weigh that up separately. Quite a few of these things here. Alright, so those aren't all that high value either, but I can get rid of them pretty quickly. We'll go with 35 cents a pound for the aluminum. So that would get us 92 cents. You can usually just take these to any junkyard and, you know, they'll know what to do with them. They're not a normal, like, I don't know, they're not like a normal aluminum that most junkyards see, but they are aluminum, and junkyards know what to do with aluminum pretty well. Alright, now we'll start. Well, this is a dirty aluminum heat sink here. It'll probably go for around 10 cents a pound or 7 cents. Then I got some aluminum, or I got some copper wire. I forgot to get a bucket, so I'm gonna tear this out here. Whoops, throw this on. Tear it out. Well, hold on. I might do this differently. Hold on. Actually, that all fit on there. This is all low grade wire, and it weighs $3.42 pounds. Now, some of you that do computers a lot are saying, hold on now, this stuff here is not actually low-grade wire. That's ribbon wire, or whatever they call it. Well, I do more than just computers, so if that's all the ribbon wire that I have, if I throw it in the low-grade wire bucket, the yards usually don't say anything to me. So, yeah. We're going to throw it in with the low grade, 35 cents a pound, and that would give us $1.20 right there. I'll throw that back in the bucket. Let's zero this out again. Alright, now we're ready for disk drives. I have an abundance of these things because back in the day, they used to actually have floppy disks and CDs for everything. Now it's all digital. So we got 15.94 pounds of those. And those would go for 25 cents a pound. So that would get us almost $4. Alright, and now I'm gonna have to get out my iPad and do the rest of this stuff off camera, because I don't really know how to grade all this stuff. I'll have it written down on my paper when you see me next. I know how to grade some of it, I just don't know the actual names of it or the prices, to be honest with you. So, like I know, these are their own two categories. The Intel no metal with pins. We got 0.04 pounds. But I don't know the price. And then all these are the metal fiber, pinless. I think some of them have pins. I don't know if there's a difference in value, but we got 0.27 pounds of those. I would really like to have an Intel i3 or something better. But like I said, these are old. I don't think they were very high value when they were new. So, you know, that's what we got. Then, you know, with the motherboards, like I know that's a metal socket. I believe it's green, but I could be wrong. It might be brown. It's definitely an Intel. To me, it looks green. So I would say, you know, that's green. It's a pound, so I actually do know the price of those. So that would get us approximately $1.62 if I graded that correctly. And then we got other stuff, like low grade colored motherboards, or small socket, low grade colored, I guess. We got about 3.23 pounds of that. I don't know the price on that. We got a large socket, colored. That's 1.4 pounds. And we got a large socket, green, I believe. Intel. It says Dell on it, but I think it says Intel on the chips. So 1.14 pounds. Then we got a small socket, green. It says Dell. I believe Dell is Intel, so I don't know. But it's green looking. Small socket green. 1.19 pounds. So some of you guys out there know E-scrap a lot more than I do. Could figure that stuff out real quick. And then this board here, I have no clue what it is. I believe it's where the USB things came in. My best guess is it's just a mid-grade board. If you know E-scrap better than I do, and you're watching that, let me know. So I think it would be worth a nickel for that board, but I could very well potentially be wrong, so let me know. I will see you guys in a second. Okay, so I got some fairly interesting results. I did have to correct a few mistakes with the power supply. I thought it was 35 cents a pound. It's actually just 30 cents a pound. It's only $2.60. My bad. Yeah, so let's take a look at this, shall we? So, selling the computers as is for 7 cents a pound would have got us $9.03. we took it apart. We got steel. Our steel would have paid us $5.49. So we devalued that just ever so slightly. But now we have all these other categories of things that we can get paid for. Low grade wire, $1.20. Power supply, $2.60. Disk drives, almost $4. Hard drives, $3.68. Finger cards, $2.53. Gold RAM, $6.21. Copper bearing, 20 cents. Aluminum heatsink, 92 cents. Dirty aluminum, 7 cents. Mid-grade board, a nickel. Green brown fiber with no metal at $21 a pound. You might be thinking, oh boy, I made so much money. No, because we only had 0.04 pounds. That would give us 84 cents. Those are these things right here. Is what I graded those as. I think I'm correct on these. Somebody tell me if I'm wrong. But 84 cents for these two things right here. Moving to the back side. No pin CPU, which is this one. What is this? This is a Intel Celeron D. I might be wrong on what this actually is. I think I'm correct. But this one would give us 36 cents. P4 fiber with metal. I'm not sure if I'm correct on these ones. I know this one is a Pentium 4 because it says it. But I think these are a fiber with metal. They have gold pins on them. So does the Pentium 4. But these are AMDs. These are Athlon 64x2 and AMD Sempron. If you're better E-scrap than I am, let me know if I am wrong on this. But I think they're a fiber with metal at $10.25 a pound. That would make this pile worth $2.25. Then we broke down all our motherboards. We had small socket P4 green, $3.10 a pound. It would get us $3.69. Then we had a metal socket green. I was wrong on the price. That was $2.60. That would give us $2.81. Our large socket, don't worry about the green. They're just large sockets apparently. $5.50 per pound. I was wrong I weighed up one of them because I was looking for a colored one. Apparently coloreds go in with the green in the large socket category. So $13.92 for just 2 motherboards. It was like $6.27 just for one. Then we go down to small socket colored at $1.50 a pound. $4.85 for those ones. So what all did we make on this? Well, if you just want to see the total, here it is. The total broken down is $55.66. Our original starting price was $9.03, so we made this pile worth an additional $46.63. That's not bad. I did not expect it to be this high, especially looking at some of the stuff that was in there. So I was kind of curious as to what was our best category of stuff. Some people I noticed like to say that they tear out the RAM, which are these things, and the CPUs, which are these things here, you know, and then sometimes the finger cards, and then they're just done with the computer. So I didn't want to do that, you know. I wanted to make sure I know what we're actually dealing with, and you know what actually paid the best out of everything that came out of the computers. So all of our higher value stuff right here, I added up everything together and broke it into categories. So we had our finger cards, $2.53, our RAM, $6.21, CPUs, $3.45, and our motherboards, $25.27. So if you're leaving the motherboards in with your shred, that is where most of your money comes from when you are ripping these things apart. Unless you get a higher value computer, then your CPUs could be worth like $300 a pop. But, you know, if you're dealing with old scrap like I am, look at that. If you, like, the CPUs and the RAM, I guess a lot of the RAM was missing. But I had all the CPUs, I think one of them was missing a CPU. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, only one of them was missing a CPU. Most people think those are worth a heck ton of money, but I mean they're not. It's $3.45 versus the motherboards. I got more money out of just one motherboard than I did out of all of the CPUs put together. And also, even if you added the finger cards into that, I still had more money with just the one CPU there. So, or just the one motherboard got me more than the CPUs and the finger cards put together. So that was very interesting. I was not expecting that much money out of the motherboards. I guess those large socket ones are actually pretty valuable. Yeah, so hopefully this helps somebody out there. And also, a side note, I think I said in the beginning of the video that everything would be based on board sort prices. That is not true. Like with the aluminum and the like the low grade wire and the steel, they are based on what I can get locally at the local scrapyard. That does not do anything with electronics because it is higher than what board sort has, and it's way closer. So I don't think board sort wants all your steel, so they don't give you a very good price for that. So yeah, let's recap this stuff. All right, so what did we learn today? Obviously that, you know, you might not always expect things to be as high value as they are. Even these low grade computers got me a fairly decent price, I think. You know, Many of you are probably saying, oh, well, now you got to pay shipping to get these things to board sort. But it's not true. I mean, if you build up a lot of material before you send it, it's going to make shipping a lot cheaper. And board sort has a facility that's on the way back to my parents' house. So if I save up enough of this stuff and I'm going back to my parents' house, I might just go to board sort and get rid of this stuff on the way. Many of you may not have that option, so you will have to pay for shipping. There's probably a local yard out there that you can find that will buy things like your disk drives for the same price as board sort. You don't have to use them for everything. Maybe you just send them the RAM and the CPUs and the motherboards, and the finger cards, small stuff like that. Save the bulky things for your local e-waste facility. Also, many of you are probably extremely mad at me because I left boards on the hard drives like that, and you're saying to yourself, why didn't he just take that off and make these worth more money? Well, the truth is, I don't actually know what I'm doing with this stuff. So I broke it down to a point where I feel comfortable selling this. And if I break it down any further, I'm afraid that I will be devaluing some of this stuff, especially the disk drives. I have no clue what I'm doing. So if I can get a price that's reasonable, I will sell it as a whole unit versus trying to tear this apart and possibly losing money. So I'm going to look into these a bit more, and you might see me break these things down in the future. But if you're just learning how to do this stuff, I'm going to leave it as a complete unit for now. Hopefully this helps somebody out there. I know I had no clue how to do e-waste, or had no clue what the value of this stuff was until I found Shark Scrapper on YouTube. He led me to board sort. I realized the board sort is over in Akron, or a little bit southeast of Akron, I should say. So it's not that far from me, although it is further than I want to drive on the daily. So hopefully this helps somebody.